Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's August 7th, 2023, and we are in the Old Testament. We're in the book of Judges. We're going to read chapter 17 today. So where are we at in this story? Well, we saw the author of Judges. He's writing about a time that comes after Moses, after Joshua. The people have been given the promised land. They were supposed to go out and finish the conquest and drive the rest of the Canaanites out of the promised land, but they got stalled and they stopped and they didn't do it. In fact, they have actually gone so far as to start worshiping the idols of the Canaanites and living the way the Canaanites did, which is exactly what God didn't want them to do. Enter the judges. First one we saw, Deborah, and Barak was with her. And the idea is these people are going to rise up to wipe out the Canaanites that were pressing the Jews to the point that they were calling out to God, hey, we need help. And God said, oh, you remembered me? All right, well, here's Barak. He's going to do it. Here's Deborah. They're going to do it. They came in, they wiped out the enemies, and then they brought the people back to God. Eventually, they came to a point where they died because they were people. And after they died, the people drift back away. God raises up another judge. They come back. That judge dies. They drift away. We just see that cycle repeated. One of the other cycles we see is some of the major judges that come after Deborah. Well, they start off pretty good, zeal for the Lord, but their focus shifts to themselves and they start to get a little selfish. They start to do their own thing. That's a theme in this whole book of Judges. The people did whatever was right in their eyes. They had no king. They were evil in the sight of the Lord. And we just keep repeating that cycle as they get further and further away. Now, we just saw the last judge that we're going to talk about, which was Samson, and he kind of reversed that, especially in the sense that, his focus was on himself when he started and his beautiful curly hair. But towards the end of that, his focus is now on God, and that's when he does his greatest things that he does. He wipes out all these Philistines and dies a spectacular death for the Lord. So how do the people respond after he's gone? Well, they don't reverse. They keep doing what they're doing. They get further and further away. And that's what we're going to see in this next section of scriptures that we're going to read for the next few days. When the people do what was right in their eyes, they do evil in the sight of the Lord's eyes. There is no king to lead them. We're going to see that in much more detail than we've been getting. And we're going to start off with this guy named Micah. And the first thing we find out about Micah is that his mother lost a lot of money, and he hasn't told her that he's the one that stole it. He's just coming clean here. Mother is so happy. She says, "Oh, let's make some idols, and we'll worship the idols." I'm not sure how she gets to that point, but that's where she is. Micah decides to make one of my sons a priest. And he says, well, even better, here's a wandering Levite priest who for some reason isn't in the temple. He's out trying to hire himself out. I'm going to hire him and he'll lead the worship of my idols. That's basically where this story ends, with a lot of little sins coming together. And then we're going to see where they go from there. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Judges chapter 17. Now there was a man from the mountains of Ephraim whose name was Micah, and he said to his mother, the 1,100 shekels of silver that were taken from you and on which you put a curse, even saying it in my ears, here is the silver with me, I took it. And his mother said, may you be blessed by the Lord, my son. So when he had returned the 1,100 shekels of silver to his mother said, I had wholly dedicated the silver from my hand to the Lord for my son, to make a carved image and a molded image. Now therefore I will return it to you. Thus he returned the silver to his mother. Then his mother took 200 shekels of silver and gave them to the silversmith. And he made it into a carved image and a molded image, and they were in the house of Micah. The man Micah had a shrine and made an ephod and household idols, and he consecrated one of his sons, who became his priest in those days. There was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in their own eyes. Now there was a young man from Bethlehem in Judah. Now the family of Judah, he was a Levite and was staying there. The man departed from the city of Bethlehem in Judah to stay wherever he could find a place. Then he came to the mountains of Ephraim to the house of Micah as he journeyed. And Micah said to him, where do you come from? And he said to him, I am a Levite from Bethlehem in Judah, and I'm on my way to find a place to stay. Micah said to him, dwell with me and be a father and a priest to me, and I will give you 10 shekels of silver per year, a suit of clothes, and your sustenance. So the Levite went in. Then the Levite was content to dwell with the man, and the young man became like one of his sons to him. So Micah consecrated the Levite, and the young man became his priest, and lived in the house of Micah. Then Micah said, "Now I know that the Lord will be good to me, since I have a Levite as a priest." May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.